The food of unity. Unity consciousness is good food for me. It works every time. When I nourish myself with thoughts, music, conversations, and practices that awaken unity consciousness, something changes within me. The illusion of separation begins to soften. The need to defend, compare, compete, and divide loses its grip. My internal vibration rises, and I remember that I belong to something much larger than the small self. When I read authors who have clearly experienced this way of being and know how to cultivate it, I feel better. Their words do not simply inform my mind, they nourish my heart. They remind me that awareness is always available beneath the noise of the thinking mind. Perhaps this is why these practices seem to quiet what neuroscience calls the default mode network, that constant stream of self-referential thought so necessary for survival, yet so easily captured by fear, worry, and separation. Unity consciousness interrupts that habit. It invites me into direct experience, into this living moment where the old stories lose their authority. Here, the questions of who is right and who is wrong become less compelling. Something deeper begins to matter. What heals? What reduces harm? What brings us back into relationship? In that space, I touch what I can only call the sacred. This is why I return each day to practices that anchor me in the present. Meditation, yoga, the sound of the trumpet, birds greeting the dawn, the companionship of mojo, gratitude, silence, and time in nature. These are not escapes from life. They are ways of remembering life before the mind turns it into conflict. From this place comes balance. From balance comes upright posture, not merely of the body, but of the spirit. I become less susceptible to a culture that constantly invites me to fight, to take sides, to consume the emotional junk food of outrage, resentment, and fear. Just as healthy food strengthens the body, healthy consciousness strengthens the heart. The more I consume unity consciousness in music, literature, conversation, and community, the better I feel. The more I nourish myself with whole foods, the healthier my body becomes. The more I spend time with people who are devoted to compassion, humility, curiosity, and non-harm, the more these qualities awaken in me. And whenever I step into the natural world, I am reminded that unity has always been there. The forest, the birds, the flowing water, the changing seasons, they do not argue over who belongs. They simply participate. Over the years, I have come to trust this simple test. It is less a test of intellectual truth than a test of lived experience. Does this move me toward greater awareness or greater fear? Does it deepen compassion or strengthen division? Does it help me participate more gently in the world, causing less harm? If the answer is yes, then it is good food. And if something consistently feeds separation, hostility, anxiety, or violence, I have learned to consume less of it, not because someone told me to, but because my own experience has shown me that it does not fit and it does not work. In the end, perhaps wisdom is simply learning to become increasingly careful about what we feed our consciousness. We become what we repeatedly consume, not only with our mouths, but with our minds, our hearts, and our attention.